What up, everybody? We're back. We're playing the new and improved best randomizer preset so far, at least in my opinion, which is the all boss randomizer preset. This requires that all bosses are defeated before we can beat the game. I think this is going to help level out a lot of the annoying aspects of randomizer for races specifically. So I'm very interested to see if anybody picks up this preset and like continues to improve upon it in whatever ways makes sense before we move on and maybe try like a small tournament or something like that with this. I think it could be good. I think it could be very good. I'm very much a believer in this preset as like a future tournament prospect one. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can join the live stream as well, so you can, hang out live, join the chat. Yeah, some real Dracula flow, but the flow is that of the Hydro Storm. So true, so true. Best low percent is Twilight Princess. I have seen that video. Twilight Princess has a very interesting low percent speedrun. We were talking about low percent speedruns earlier. The ones for SotN are, they exist. They're definitely not my favorite, but interesting starting location. We should kill Hippogriff while we're here, for sure. There's no reason not to. Because this is an all bosses run, it makes sense. I'm also gonna just kill these guys for level ups, or maybe we just stack all the level ups on Hippogriff, actually. At least I should have. That would have saved me like 10 seconds. Because I can Tetra Spirit at level 1. That should be enough to get me close to killing this guy. Okay. Holy crap, is that Tetra Spirit? I know, dude. Imagine being able to use spells. So yeah, we have a randomized starting location, as we saw earlier. Our goal is to beat every boss in the game before we're allowed to finish the game. So I think this is going to make routing choices a lot more interesting, in my opinion. Yo, Maria's got, is she going to a funeral? Like, what the heck? I do think going out of our way. That's my new catchphrase. Jizz it up, streamer. Thank you, Roguish One, for the Prime sub. Primers rise up. I do think going out of your way to get a lot of levels early, especially if it's without the anti-freeze settings on the randomizer, like we actually have to see the level ups. I think that is pretty good. So we're going to see less level ups overall. Ow. I am not very much warmed up, but it's okay. How good of an idea is all bosses map rando? That could be a lot of fun, actually. That could be a lot of fun. We'll see. But the map rando still is, it's still a work in progress. I personally am trying not to play it too much right now until significant updates are made. Big development last night, not for nothing. Hell yeah. So yeah, Sestrin's still working on it. I haven't finished the Muramasa level up stream, and honestly, in my I have found that trying to stream for longer than my body is comfortable doing is not a great idea. So if I were to do Muramasa streams, it would be like spending 4 hours of just grinding here and there, and honestly, it's just not a great use of my time right now. Maybe one day, I don't know. Whoa, I was going too fast. Yeah, I don't know. I really do want to finish grinding out the Muramasa and getting it to max level and all that, but it takes so long. Genuinely so long. And every time I have an estimate of like, oh, it's only like, a few hours away, turns out it's way more than that. So, that's another boss down. Unfortunately, we don't have the means to do anything, really. Like, we can't do any skipping or, like, progression yet, so... Werebane? That's a great question. Many people have been asking this. Where did we start this time? It was Chapel, right before Coliseum, or sorry, right before Castle Keep. I did go out of my way to kill Hippogriff first, so that gave us a bunch of levels, and that's a boss out of the way, so... So yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited to play more all bosses, rando in general, because I want to learn and kind of develop, like, just speedrun strats for it. I think this has the potential to be, in my mind, one of the better speedrun race categories in general. So, speaking of speedrun, we did get the thrust sword here. So now Coliseum is in logic because this uses the sequence breaker logic progression. So it knows that I'm able to dive kick off of the candle using this. So time for bad ending. So true. We could get the bad ending right now, actually. Especially if we find like a transformation. Smart randomizer. Yeah, randomizer very smart. I don't want to keep using this, so actually is Werebane slightly better than that damn ass kiss sword. It's fine by me. So we are going to take a peek into Coliseum, just take a look and see what relic is here. I do like the idea, since we know that Mist is in the first castle, that's one of the ways that the randomizer is sort of like standardized in a way. It means that we don't have to grab that right now. We could always come back for that later. And honestly, this early on, I think it's worth coming back for later when we have better movement. So I'm not even going to get the warp. Excuse me. I'm not going to get the warp. I don't think it's worth it. I think the info is good, and we have to come back here anyways for the Gravity Boots location, and we're going to have to come back here once we have flight so we can do, like, we can do the Alchemy Lab checks and then come back for this, so grabbing that warp does nothing for us, and grabbing the relic right now does nothing for us, so I think these types of routing decisions makes things interesting. Like, we're getting info, but we're not making progression yet, and we're saving that info for later. Again, it's just a different dynamic. I feel like in any other randomizer preset, you would have to just grab it immediately and be like, well, it's a Vlad relic. Have to grab it, even though it doesn't, like, help me right now. Yo, Enduring Undead, welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it to a live stream. Always happy to see people coming over from the YouTube.
This is a public service announcement. Speedrunners, remember, as fun as it is to grab warps, remember to always only do so consensually.
Yep.
If you are in doubt, remember that even simple phrases like "May I speedrun through your app hole?"
Oh, come
go
on!
a very long way. You will discover this will make your warping a lot more enjoyable in the long run.
Yep.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a happy speedrunning.
Thank you, yeah. I need to turn those, public service announcements off. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a setting that I need to turn off. Like, it's good to know, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Sorry, guys. I thought I put my shit on Do Not Disturb today. It's not that I'm against it. It's like, when you're chilling in your home and your phone just starts going and it's an Amber Alert, it's like, fuck. Do you want me to, like, go out and find this guy who apparently kidnapped a child or whatever? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm busy right now. Damn, we're being silenced. Karma coin. Hold on. I can silence you by distracting you with gambles, perhaps? Hold on. Wait a minute. The opiate of the masses, a.k.a. gambling on coin flips. And we're so back. No one's mad at me about the public service announcement stuff. And I don't want that. Okay. I'll grab the elevator and the warp later. Anyways, let's set up a coin flip. Do I not have a coin flip set up? We're doing so much other gambling. I have to set one up manually. It's not in my history? Jeez. Can't remember the last time that happened. How am I doing? Okay, never mind. I'm going back to Spellbound, so I can't do accidental spells. We did an accidental Soul Steal earlier. That was an accidental Hellfire. What's going on? I can't believe it. If this was Spellbound, I would never accidentally do a spell. I don't even know how to spell. I'm illiterate. Boners, you may rise. Please rise for the national boning. Fucking books, man. I do wonder, right? Like, I'm not saying the Amber Alerts are, like, bad. But do they expect me to go Jason Statham mode and fucking, like, track down the missing child? Library card is actually really good because we have reverse library cards in this. Maulblung Sword is also good. We don't have a good shield to pair it with. We don't have a lot of money either, so we have to actually ration out our money here. We're definitely going to go probably 2 library cards and Maulblung to start. We already have a shield. I can't afford anything else. So we'll save the money. Maulblung is just a good sword. I have a Garnet!
What can I do for you?
I'm interested.
Nice.
I'm interested in
I'm glad I double checked. We can go double Fëanor though.
Farewell for now.
How do reverse library cards work? As soon as you enter the second castle, if you hold, I believe, up before activating a library card, it'll warp you to the reverse library. Son of a bitch. So this is in logic, I think? I forget if it is. Also, double Fëanor. Dive kicking off of those books doesn't kill them. You hold down. There we go. Thank you. I don't remember if that's in logic or not. Did we change the logic to remove that or no? Not yet? Okay, so that was in logic. Gotcha. I mean, it's not super difficult to do. It's just annoying. And it does rely on the books being somewhat cooperative, so... Yeah. I'm just shocked that my dive kick didn't instantly kill the books. Very strange. I thought the best randomizer was the puppy. Lycanthrope is very good, don't get me wrong. It's an S-tier randomizer. I am speculating. I'm basically buying in early on all boss stocks because I think this shit's going to the moon. Don't look at the stock market right now. Trust me. It's going to the moon soon. Very soon. So we're going to... We just have to go to the caverns. There's nothing else to do. Source, trust me, bro. That's what I'm saying. I want to remove it, TBH, but we're waiting on more feedback. I think if that particular bit of logic, dive kicking off of the books, specifically with a thrust sword, doesn't get removed, I think it's fine, just a little annoying. Right? Is essentially how I feel about it. But I also am not like the prime demographic for finding annoying things extra annoying. Does that make sense, right? Something that's like, it's a little annoying to me might be genuinely very frustrating to somebody who just doesn't have as much time and skill in the game with some of the more technical movement aspects of things. And I know not everybody is down to practice a skip. Instead, they just want to play the game, which is fine. Very fair, very honest, very balanced, very epic. Does all bosses allow for individual bosses or just all of them? What does that mean? Wait, what? Darth Zero, help me out here. Does it allow for individual bosses? In what way? Oh, could you pick a selection of bosses to be killed? I guess theoretically you could, but this preset requires all of them. I think Fëanor is just straight up better than Moonstone, so I'm not even going to worry about picking it up. We don't need that. We're probably going to save split. Actually, wait. I was supposed to not pick that up. This is the last check in logic, I think, right? Because Thrust Sword doesn't allow us to do anything else. I'm still going to save in case I'm wrong, but I'm like 99% sure that the next check has to be logic. Because we've already seen Castle Keep. We've already seen the fairy card. We've already seen Colosseum. I don't think there's anything else unlocked by just a Thrust Sword and Jewel of Open. So I think this has to be logic. Hello? The one time I do want to do a spell. How many times do you need to do a skip before you're like, I got this? It depends on who you are and how quickly you're able to pick up things and how much experience you have with the game in general. Like, in my opinion, I'm probably able to pick up on just different tech in this game faster than other people because I have over a decade of experience speedrunning the game. The general rule of thumb is when you are able to... When failure of the skip is less common than success. So if you're on every attempt getting it down like 51% of the time, you could say that you're pretty good at it, depending on what the skip is, right? Ideally, it's more of like an 80-20 thing where you only fail 20% of the time. But some skips, it's impossible to get that consistent, like genuinely impossible, just due to multiple frame perfect inputs or whatever being required. If you're doing like speedruns with glitches. Oh, fuck you. Wait, what does this incur in logic? Oh. It wants me to go to the mines, I think. Because I think, yeah, Soul of Wolf, the only thing that this unlocks is the mines, which is actually funny because I can just save split this. Is this Power of Wolf? Sequence Breaker, you don't need Power of Wolf if you have a Thrust Sword, I'm pretty sure. Because there's nothing else in logic. That's the last relic in logic. Because you can technically make the jump with just Soul of Wolf if you do the correct type of wolf jump. So actually, the save split here, I was correct, but I didn't foresee the idea of finding a relic that only gets me access to the mines. So this is probably like Gravity Boots or something, or a different transformation. I would like to pick up Wolf at some point, don't get me wrong, but if I have to delay grabbing Wolf until later, that's also fine. Yo, how's it going, Fran?
You're smoking my
Roguish one, another 10 gifted? Yo, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. All right, we'll do the coin flip here. Since Fran's here now. Friend, you didn't get a chance to gamble, but I'm sure you know the outcome here. Surely. We all knew it was going to be Tails. It never fails, as they say. So this or Grand Faloon, I believe, have to be progression now. I keep doing accidental spells. Bring me back to Spellbound, so I stop doing them. Oh, that's bad. That unlocks Succubus. Fuck. Shit. Does it really want me to do Succubus? Because I don't think Wolf Rising... I'm going to check Grand Faloon first just in case. Because Grand Faloon is also in Logic right now. We know where Wolf is. We reset away Wolf. Wolf is at Mermaid Statue. I'm gonna grab as much MP as I can. I think I'm gonna save split here and check Grand Faloon. This is really weird. The routing here is very interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna make a different save though, because I think I'm technically soft locked. I mean, I have library cards, but yeah, I checked Leapstone. I started next to Leapstone. It was a familiar card. Yo, what up, Blue Hippie? Welcome, welcome. You're saying Grand Faloon has to give you an escape option here? Is that true? Like, using the teleporter doesn't count as an escape option from, like, from Demon Card? I don't... So, from my understanding, I don't think any, thrust, like, Wolf Rising is in Logic. Maybe Succubus is in Logic? With just Wolf and Thrust Sword? But to my understanding, I thought Thrust Sword, Wolf Rising is not in Logic anywhere. But maybe it is. Again, this is the weird speedrunner sequence breaker logic that nobody really understands. But you might be right, Durjack. That, because if Wolf plus Thrust Sword is allowed for getting to the mines, then I'm pretty sure that would also make sense that it would be allowed for Succubus. Fucking jump, dude! That still isn't escape requirements. What? I mean, I'm just gonna library card, but like, what? So maybe Succubus is in Logic and that's Flight? That's the only thing that makes sense here. Succubus was in Logic with the Thrust Sword plus Wolf. And that's our form of Flight? Or at least Leapstone or something for escape logic? What do you mean we're doing super out of logic Spike Room? Well, we know what Spike Room is. Spike Room leads to the Spike Breaker. That's just how this randomizer preset works. Son of a fuck. Dude. Can we not fuck me here? Thank you. Somebody broke the preset. I think it's more so just that we don't know what's going on because this logic is not... It's not nearly as well understood as like the basic randomizer logic because that's been the basic randomizer logic for like the last 6 years. It really hasn't changed in like, well, that's not true. It changed for guarded, I want to say. Once guarded logic was a thing, I think we changed it, but it hasn't changed since then, if I remember correctly. Succubus has some wacky access logic. So does Wolf plus Thrust Sword count as access? Shield Rod. Yes? Okay. Well, then that's probably Leapstone then. Which is actually fine for us if it's Leapstone, because we can just skip it. Yo, what up, Techo? Yeah, that's fine. We don't care. And that's probably Spike Breaker, which then means...
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Wait, no! It has to be vanilla! Wait, what?
Thank you.
I forgot Succubus is always vanilla in this. Wait, then what was the escape logic? There was none. How did it expect us to leave the catacombs? Unless Wolf plus Thrust Sword is escape logic, or is it us grabbing Mist gets us out of the catacombs with like Mist jumps? Because at the time we didn't have access to anything but Wolf, Mist, and a Thrust Sword for movement. Jewel of Open was out of logic. It was that fairy card? No. Fairy card was not out of logic with a Thrust Sword. This is speedrun logic, Weecock. AKA Sequence Breaker. This just comes down to us not knowing how this logic works very well, which is, I think, fine. It just means that things are very different than we're used to. Yeah, speedrun logic gives me a headache because it's just different. Form of Mist is escape requirements from Grand Faloon? How? Can you make all of those like tight jumps with just a single Mist transform? Because if so, then that's fine. It's just something I didn't know. I didn't realize that Mist alone is enough to... Yeah, you probably can. I'm not surprised if you could with just Mist, but it's just weird. You know? Because the whole premise of Sequence Breaker is, yes, you're sequence breaking, but a lot of the more annoying types of sequence breakers or sequence breaks are not in logic because they're stupid. So either way, we're not missing out on anything but Wolf transformation, which would be nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not required. Form of Flight is in logic the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, Mouse is indeed a genius. So now we do entrance, I want to say. I guess I could have done the Castle Keep checks as well. Because it's any flight location now has the chance to be Bat, I want to say. I'm going to do it in this general direction. So that way we can end on Silver Ring. We're going to do the whole loop and end on Silver Ring, I think. This is a very slow start, I want to say. That is the downside of doing the old speedrun logic, the sequence breaker logic, is your beginning game can be very annoying. Because there's no out of logic checks to like speed things up because there's no consistent way to get out of logic because all the out of logic stuff is accounted for. So that is the one downside of using this type of logic, and one of the reasons why the speedrun preset was like so heavily disliked amongst speedrunners is because it was one of the slower presets. Yeah, it's not very fast, contrary to its name, exactly. That's why it's called Sequence Breaker now, because it's not about speedrunning, it's about doing sequence breaks. Like, things that are sequence breaks in the vanilla game are in logic for this version, which is kind of how a lot of other video games handle their randomizer logic, is they allow for skips like that to be in logic. But they have varying levels of that logic, and a lot of people like seeing speedrun tech be used in randomizers. It's just that in SotN, the speedrun tech is like... We have 2 degrees of speedrun tech. It is like sequence breaker, which is what we're using right now, or full on, everything is a glitch and you're allowed to do whatever you want. And that, unfortunately, is like too powerful. We don't have a logic that is like glitch light. I guess we technically do, but like, it's not very popular is what I mean. Versus like the Super Metroid community, they have like hard settings, medium settings, light settings, extreme settings, ultimate major pain in the ass, like only tool-assisted speedrunners can do this shit settings. When in reality, SotN doesn't have nearly as much variability, so. How do I say that? Pression Nando? What up? How's it going? We should rename Glitch to Doozy. So true. I'm going to grab this because we already have Echo. Fuck it. IRL pain in the ass settings. So true. So true. We can grab the relic that we left behind. We can do all of the All Rocks stuff. Just means press start. Gotcha. Good username, then. Very good. They have a preset that only works when Mercury is in retrograde? Damn, why don't we have that? Either way. We have 3 Vlads. We're supposed to get Bat somewhere. Probably in a flight-locked location, if I had to guess. So... one of the reasons why I'm prioritizing getting Silver Ring first instead of Gold Ring is because getting Gold Ring is pretty close to Holy Glasses. So we can just like grab Gold Ring and come back. We might save split as well and check Merman Statue actually. Because that might be in logic. I already have Fëanor's, but I'm going to check it anyways. Silver Crown. Is the Silver Crown sprite and the Ring of Fëanor sprite exactly the same? Because I can never tell the difference. Maybe there is a way to tell the difference. I could look it up. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're exactly the same because I can never tell the difference. Play Minotaur and Werewolf? Oh yeah, I do have to do that. I can do it on the way back because I'm coming back, so it's a small time loss. Makes me wonder if Bat would be required to get glasses. Bat isn't required, but it's in the randomizer logic that Bat shows up. If you kill Doppelganger 40 before you kill Doppelganger 10, Doppelganger 10 is killed. The way this randomizer preset works is it's based off of the time attack menu, and killing Doppelganger 40 also kills Doppelganger 10. Nice fucking spirits, dude. They are slightly different? Well, I'm blind as hell. Yeah, you get both time recorded at the same time, yeah. And very much unfortunately for reverse boss order speedruns is it records Doppelganger 10 before it records Doppelganger 40, so... The fuck, man? What's going on? Power of Wolf? Yo, what up, Crackdaw? Yeah, streams have been a little light these last couple of days, mostly because I've been spending like 8 hours a day video editing. Alongside all of the other, you know, things you need to do to be a normal, functioning human being. 34 minutes and we're still in the first castle. The thing about this preset, though, is the second castle should be relatively fast once we get there, because we just have to kill the bosses. There we go. Okay, now we get Silver Ring, for sure. I didn't grab the warp again. It's fine. We'll do it, because I don't need the warp, because I need to go back for glasses anyways. We'll do it after we grab glasses. You're gonna start doing speedruns of SotN? Nice, congrats. Good luck to you. I hope you have fun. Don't worry about the end goal, just worry about having fun. Oops. There we go. Let's just library card, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I'm being indecisive, but it's definitely faster to just library card. Yeah, mana's not looking too hot right now, but that's fine. We haven't done Castle Entrance. We haven't done Holy Symbol. Trying to think if there's anything else we're forgetting to do. We have to do Minotaur Werewolf, which we will get done in a second here. They're neglected because I'm dumb, but it's fine. We'll get to them. We did Grand Faloon already. Am I forgetting any first castle bosses, actually? I don't think so, right? We did Hippogriff. Oh, we haven't done Karasuman. We can do that on the way out. Yeah, we can do Karasuman on the way out. Succubus, we're on our way to Succubus. We have to kill Succubus to get a gold ring anyways, so... I want to know how you did... How do I hold the controller? Exclamation mark mash will bring up a old video showcasing how I do like shield dashing and stuff. So that should give you a good idea. Of how I play the game. Yeah, that video there. I really haven't changed my method at all in the last however long. We don't have gravity boots, so part of me doesn't want to go down and check Merman statue. Because it's like, the only thing it could be that's useful to us is gravity boots itself, which would speed up the second castle quite a bit. Don't get me wrong. But... is it worth it? The only other thing that would help us, obviously, is a Vlad relic, but... the odds are pretty low that it's a Vlad relic. We have the entirety of the second castle. Part of me kind of wants to just say, whatever, let's save split it. This is like a weird save split that never comes up. I don't think I have any money to buy another library card, right? Because that would be the other thing that would be nice here, is to have a library card available. Well, that's the thing, is I actually can't use the library card. Damn. Because I still need to kill Minotaur and Werewolf. And Karasuman. Let's remember those two. Well, that's enough to buy a library card, but... don't forget Asylum Demon. Oh, dude, I always forget about that guy. So true. What up, Mazakupa? I'm bad at the game! Just here to drop my prime. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, Mixod. I appreciate it. Primers. Rising up. Removing their chains of not getting ad-free viewing experience for no extra cost to them. That one. Definitely the level 26 one. One of your first SotN memories is jumping off the boat and drowning to death. That's funny. I can imagine it. Regulus is too difficult. Yeah, I wouldn't do Breakless Richter Skip if you're just trying to learn the game. There's a couple of different Richter Skips you could try and learn. There's the Bat Transform one that's like probably the easiest, but is the slowest. Because you can do like map buffering for it and stuff. There's also just like breaking the brick and doing the other wolf jump, which is difficult, but not that hard. And then Breakless is the fastest, but is also the least consistent. The Igarashi one? You mean the one that Rom Scout showed Igarashi? Is that what you mean by Igarashi one? Yeah, the bat one, yeah. I'll check this. Could be nice. Very nice. All right, well. That'll do. Alucard Shield it is. Oh yeah, Rom Scout showed Iga how to perform it. I see. All right, we get glasses. We'll kill Minotaur and Werewolf. We probably just go to the second castle, skipping castle entrance, and then, yeah. So we're doing all of the checks in the first castle except for castle entrance. So how bad could it be? Is this for the Hope of Shield Rod or just for the stats? 1, I already have the Shield Rod. 2, I also have Maul Blanc Sword, which is Shield Rod but better. And 3, the stats don't matter. Whose shield is it anyway? The spell is made up and the stats don't matter. Yeah, you might not have been here when we grabbed the Maul Blanc, so you just think I'm using like a generic sword or something. It's fair. It's fair to ask. I guess we'll use the Allrox Warp to get to Castle Keep faster, probably. Whatever you do, don't transform in this cutscene room. If you transform into bat during that cutscene room, you soft lock. So the Shield Rod itself can be considered Shield Rod at home. It's more Maul Blanc at home, but yeah. Yeah, we'll kill Karasamon. And Castle Keep. A little slow on the Wing Smash input. Shield Blanc best sword? I don't know. Maybe? It's pretty good. The only issue with it is you have to combo it with other stuff. It's fine on its own, don't get me wrong, but... Yeah, the HP's looking kind of nice right now. Unfortunately, we're about to ruin it. RIP. I'm trying to think. I found out about the Maul Blanc sword after I had already been speedrunning the game. I think it was one of the it was one of the tool assisted speedruns. Uses Maul Blanc with the fuck is it called? Medusa Shield to kill Dracula. There's no reason to pick that up, but I did it for the swag. Uh-oh. Okay. That's everything in the first castle except for the one check we didn't do. We have library cards, so I guess we can come back for it if things go poorly. I was just trying to think, like, if there's anything I can do to not get completely owned, but we're already accepting that we're trying to save some time here. Oh, shit. Wasted a lot of mana there. Best shield is the friends we made along the way. So true. You did speedruns in 2016? Yeah. 2016 was a weird time for SotN speedrunning. That was like when Romscout was on his way out, or had already stopped speedrunning the game, I want to say. So. Do you need the Vlads? No, I don't. Why was I picking up Vlads? Why was I picking up Vlads? You don't need them. God damn it. For the stat boosts. True. Here's an idea that I wanted to try out. Normally, left side is better in an all bosses run, but I have reverse library cards, so I want to try right side with a reverse library card, I think. We'll see. Oh, that means relic skips early on can be very impactful, right? Oh, shit. I haven't even thought about that. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this whole preset, you can skip a lot of relics in the first castle, actually. Because all you need is glasses and flight. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Which we definitely lost a lot of time because of that. So really, the early game is much more about setting up to get holy glasses and flight, and then you just rush the bosses after. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Jewel of Open. Yeah, but you get Jewel of Open pretty easily, though. And you can't get glasses without Jewel of Open, so... Yeah, once you get early flight, it's rush for glasses. I see. Gotcha. Well, I would have maybe changed my routing a little bit, because then I wouldn't have went for Mermaid Statue. There was no reason to do Mermaid Statue except for trying to greed for Gravity Boots. And Gravity Boots saves a lot of time, don't get me wrong, but over the course of the run, it's probably better to just do all of the relic skips. Yeah. Well, it's a learning process. Like, we don't know the logic as well as we do for the other randomizers. I'm bad at the game! Thank you, press start. Appreciate that Prime sub. But yeah, we're still learning the logic. We're still learning the pace of everything. I still think this randomizer has the potential to be, like, the best one for race purposes, but it's going to take some time for the meta to develop, you know? I know I have a mana prism. I want to not use it and save it for later if I can. I guess the other downside of actually doing this route is I need to grab the teleporter, which is technically slower, especially because I don't have gravity boots here. This sucks. Come on, duplicator. 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 Well, it was blue. It's close to duplicator. Yeah, which side is optimal depends on your flight and your gear. I mean, bat is guaranteed in the first castle in this preset, so everybody should have bat. Is the thing. Everyone should have Jewel of Open, everybody should have bat, everybody should have mist. Those are guaranteed. Oops. Yeah, left side is a lot less painful with gravity boots. You can still do it without gravity boots. It's just annoying for sure. So, good up, Mendo. So my idea was we go to Beelzebub and then we reverse library card. I think that's probably, especially since we don't have gravity boots, probably slightly better. But I could be wrong. I don't know if you've seen, but I converted Alucard palette rando into a palette selector that changes the palettes to Weecock's palettes, which looked a lot more like Konami could have made it. Oh, that's really cool. So now you can choose custom character palette when playing through the randomizer. That's really cool. Yeah, I didn't see that. I've been very much out of the loop. Well, I'll grab it. And then we will library card. What the hell was that when you killed Beal? What? Huh? What does he mean by this? The damage spam thingy, it was impressive? Alucard shield? The Alucard shield spell? If you have shield rod plus Alucard shield, you can just have the shield melt enemies. Custom sprites for Alucard. That honestly would also be really cool. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people really like when they play other randomizers, is that they can make the game look silly and weird. Like A Link to the Past randomizer, you can play as like whoever you want. Same with the Metroid randomizers. So I get it. I want to grab the fucking mana, please. Playing as a flea man would go hard. I don't know how you would do that for a custom sprite, but you know, Weecock will find a way, I guess. Maybe. This section without gravity boots is also pretty rough. I'm starting to think that gravity boots is at castle entrance. Yeah, we're just going to volunteer Weecock against his will. Yeah, make a bunch of custom sprites for the game already, and then figure out how to make it work. Me, guy who doesn't know how any of this shit works? Surely, how long could it take? How long could it take to move the sprite factory to the US? Joel sprite. Wow, that's convenient. Thank you. Stopwatch right before Doppelganger. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, how long could it take to make a custom sprite? 10 minutes? 10 minutes? I don't know nothing about this shit. Smiley face. You made a SotN Joel sprite a long time ago? Oh, shit. I do remember you doing that. I'm sure you still got it saved somewhere. I'll grab it. Wait, why am I doing this? It's all bosses! Ah! Stop doing relic checks! My brain is cooked, y'all. It's cooked. I'm guarded pilled. That's what I'm saying. I'm straight fucking relic maxing right now. When I need to be boss maxing. Rando brain rot. I know, dude. How dare you think about playing the randomizer while you're playing the randomizer? This is still a pretty beefy seed length. Granted, I definitely played more of it than I needed to because of the relic checks. But you would think in a seed like this that you'd end up skipping a lot of stuff and it would be like slower, but still playing for almost an hour. Probably going to be about an hour long run. Just to kill... fucking doo-doo ass. Here's the question. Is it faster to reverse library card after Galamoth? And not warp afterwards? Like not take the warp to Castle... I think it might be. I don't know. This is one of those things. These routing decisions haven't really been, in my mind, super well thought out. So I don't know what the optimal way to get to Castle... You save split the warp is faster? With fast warps, it's about even. Between warping to Alrox's quarters versus just going there manually? Interesting. It might also depend on how much mana you have, because it definitely takes less mana to do the warp route. Well, this is where I'd use my reverse library card. If I had one! I thought I still had one. I miscounted. Oopsies. Ruh-roh. Washed. Me, I would never. The urge to check relics is big. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like a decade of muscle memory or whatever. Half a decade of muscle memory. Really. I should refill my MP, but... Where's my mana prism? Did I save split away the mana prism? I picked one up. Did I make that up? Am I hallucinating? Are you guys real? How do I know that you guys are even real? How do I know I'm real? I definitely picked up a mana prism, right? Right? Help! Advanced brain rot is setting in. No! I'm not real. Well, at least thank you for being honest about it, okay? I appreciate that, Gosroth. We have one honest chatter willing to admit to their immateriality. The rest of you a bunch of fakers. Oh! Ow. I messed up. That guy is not real. Whatever happened to that lady? Did we ever find out if that guy was real or not? She could have been right. We don't know. Stage 4 brain rot. Oh, man. They're on JoJo Season 7? Damn, they're pumping those things out. Now let me look up when JoJo started. They're on track for one season every decade. Maybe 2 seasons per decade. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know anything about JoJo outside of cultural osmosis, so you guys can talk about it and have fun. That's fine. Me, on the other hand, I'm too busy beating my shaft. What's this? I'm just being told now that this is that's a euphemism? For what now? People do what? Well, I'd like to make an apology here. Oh, I don't have gravity boots. And there it is. Hour and 53. We could have saved a lot of time on this, but overall, outside of the brain rot, I think this is pretty good, right? Like, routing decisions matter. Like, you get to route things very differently on the fly as well. I'm very interested in trying more of this. So if you like seeing the all bosses randomizer, we're going to try and optimize these a little bit more. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Finding the most optimal lines through the bosses and randomizer stuff. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Join the live stream, twitch.tv/dragonbutts, so you can tell me how I'm forgetting to skip relic checks and I shouldn't be doing those. And I'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
She said, do not